My name is Phillip. I'm sitting in the original part of Ross Opera House, known as Aeolian Hall. I've been an owner down here for about 2.5 years now, and along with my other partners, James and Roger. We grew up coming to this building at all times when we were younger, coming to see movies. At no time while I was a young kid coming in here by myself or with my family to watch a movie did I know what this building actually was. Since that time, and since becoming an owner, I've had several paranormal experiences of my own. There was one evening, I run movies on Sunday morning. There was one Saturday evening they were having a ghost hunt. We have several overnight ghost hunts. I came in on Sunday morning to turn on the air and to check the supplies to make sure that we were ready for the movie. As I entered into the building down in the main hallway, I saw all the equipment and the lights still out throughout the building. So I assumed that they were still on their ghost hunt. As I entered into the building, I could hear the talking and giggling and people walking upstairs in the main hallway. I went on and proceeded to the concession stand to ensure that everything was ready and decided just to go upstairs and see how the hunt was going. As I came up the steps, I could still hear the talking and the walking. As I entered into the upstairs hallway, there was no one there, and the talking and the voices stopped. So I just assumed maybe I was hearing something. So I proceeded on back downstairs and finished what I needed to do for the movie. And as I reached the bottom of the steps, I saw a shadowy image out of my left peripheral vision going out into the theater. So I thought maybe all the guys were just out in the theater. So I followed the image through the curtain out into the theater. When I arrived out into the theater, checked everywhere, checked the bathrooms, there was no one in the building. On a separate occasion, a friend of mine and myself had entered into the building. It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I had to come in and get some tickets that I had set back reserved for a friend of mine. We came into the building. As we entered the building, she heard a whistling sound out in the theater. She, being a skeptic, as much like myself at the time, decided that we would go out into the theater to see if we could find out what was going on. So we entered into the theater, not turning on any lights. We entered out into the theater and were standing fairly close together so we could still see each other and listen. Still didn't hear anything. And out of the corner of my eye, over on top of her left shoulder, I noticed a dark, shadowy image, and it looked as if it was coming up behind her and looking over her shoulder down at me. At that point, my day was pretty much finished. We proceeded out the door and didn't return that evening.